The rain was coming down in sheets as I stared out the window of my small apartment in Seattle. I'd always loved the rain, found it calming. Tonight it just mirrored the storm inside me. My name is Barnaby, and until a week ago I thought I had a perfect life. I'm 44, work as a software developer for a tech company here, and I was married to the most beautiful woman I'd ever known, Winifred. At least I thought I was. We'd been together for 15 years, married for 10. We met at a coffee shop, both reaching for the same sugar packet. It sounds click, but it felt like fate. Winifred was an architect, passionate about her work and just as passionate about me, or so I believed. We built a life together, a comfortable one, filled with laughter, shared dreams, and a love that felt unbreakable. But then came the cracks. Small at first, barely noticeable. Winifred started working later, attending more conferences, spending more time with a new colleague named Darius. I tried to ignore it, telling myself it was just a busy period at work. I trusted her implicitly. That was my first mistake. The second mistake was dismissing my gut feeling. I remember one evening Winifred came home late, her cheeks flushed, her hair slightly disheveled. She said she'd been stuck in a meeting with Darius going over blueprints. But something in her eyes, a flicker of guilt or maybe just discomfort, made me uneasy. I brushed it off, chalking it up to stress. I wanted to believe her. The third and perhaps the biggest mistake was not confronting her sooner. I was afraid of what I might find, afraid of shattering the illusion of our perfect marriage. So I remained silent, hoping it would pass, hoping it was just a phase. The truth came crashing down on me like the Seattle rain, cold and unforgiving. It started with a misplaced phone. Winifred had left her phone on the kitchen counter one morning, something she never did. I wasn't snooping, not intentionally. I just wanted to check the time, and a message popped up on the screen. It was from Darius. "Can't wait to see you tonight. Thinking about last night." The rest of the message was hidden, but those few words were enough. My blood ran cold. My hands started to shake. I felt like the floor was giving way beneath me. I clicked on the message, my heart pounding in my chest. There it was, a string of messages, a blatant, explicit affair laid bare for me to see. They talked about stolen moments, secret rendezvous, and a passion that was clearly not meant for me. I felt sick, betrayed, utterly and completely devastated. I spent the rest of the day in a daze, replaying the messages over and over in my head. How could she? How could she do this to me, to us? I thought we had something special, something real. Was it all a lie? Was our entire marriage a sham? When Winifred came home that evening, I was waiting for her. I tried to remain calm, but my voice trembled as I confronted her. "I saw the messages, Winifred. I know about you and Darius." She paled, her eyes widening in disbelief. "Barnaby," she stammered, searching for an explanation, a way out. But there was no escape. The truth was out, and it hung in the air between us like a toxic cloud. She tried to deny it at first, to minimize it, to make it seem like it was just a harmless flirtation. But I wouldn't let her. I showed her the messages, the undeniable proof of her betrayal. Finally, she broke down, sobbing, confessing everything. She said it started innocently enough, just a friendship. But then things escalated. She claimed she was unhappy, that I was distant, that she felt neglected. It was the same old tired excuses. I didn't buy it. I had always been there for her, always supported her dreams, always loved her with all my heart. "I don't know what to say, Barnaby," she cried. "I'm so sorry. I never meant for this to happen, sorry," I repeated, my voice rising. "Sorry. You betrayed me, Winifred. You destroyed our marriage. How can you just say you're sorry?" The next few weeks were a blur of anger, sadness, and disbelief. I moved out of our house, unable to bear the thought of living under the same roof as her. I stayed with a friend, Ronan, who listened patiently as I poured out my heart, night after night. I considered confronting Darius, wanted to lash out, to inflict the same pain on him that he had inflicted on me. But Ronan talked me out of it. "Don't waste your energy on him, Barnaby," he said. "He's not worth it. Focus on yourself, on healing." So I did. I started seeing a therapist who helped me navigate the complex emotions I was feeling. I started exercising, taking long walks in the park, trying to find some semblance of peace in the chaos. Divorce was messy, as expected. Winifred tried to fight for more than she deserved, claiming I was emotionally unavailable, that she was entitled to a larger share of our assets, but I refused to be bullied. I hired a good lawyer, Nesta, who fought for me tooth and nail. In the end, I got what I deserved, and Winifred was left with nothing but the consequences of her actions. As I started to rebuild my life, I couldn't help but wonder about Darius. Who was this man who had stolen my wife? I did some digging, using my skills as a software developer to uncover his past. What I found shocked me. Darius wasn't just having an affair with Winifred. He was a serial cheater, a predator who preyed on vulnerable women. He had a history of manipulating and deceiving women, leaving a trail of broken hearts and shattered lives in his wake. I felt a surge of anger, not just at Darius, but at Winifred for being so blind, so easily manipulated. But then I realized that I couldn't control her actions. I could only control my own. I decided to expose Darius, to warn other women about his true nature. I gathered all the evidence I had, the messages, the photos, the information I had uncovered about his past, and I sent it to his wife, Adelaide. I didn't do it out of revenge, not entirely. I did it because it was the right thing to do. Adelaide deserved to know the truth just as I had. And maybe, just maybe, it would prevent him from hurting other women in the future. I never met Adelaide, but I received a message from her a few days later. It was short and simple, but it meant the world to me. "Thank you," she wrote. "You saved me. Winifred and I haven't spoken since the divorce. I heard through mutual friends that she was struggling, that Darius had left her for another woman, that she was now alone and regretting her choices." I felt a pang of sympathy for her, but I couldn't bring myself to forgive her. The pain was still too raw, the betrayal too deep. It's been a year since the affair came to light. I'm still healing, still piecing my life back together. I've started dating again, cautiously, tentatively. I'm still wary of trusting someone completely, but I'm also open to the possibility of finding love again. The rain has stopped now, and the sun is starting to peek through the clouds. Seattle looks beautiful in the sunlight, fresh and clean. I take a deep breath, feeling a sense of peace I haven't felt in a long time. The storm has passed and I'm still standing. I'm stronger now, wiser, and more resilient than I ever thought possible. And I know that no matter what the future holds, I'll be okay.